All right, welcome back to Backyard Broadside. So what we are going to see today is an arrow from a crossbow actually getting shot at that deer from the preview thumbnail for this video. So what was going on is me and my dad were participating in an AG hunt in Pennsylvania, which is an agricultural tag to help farmers out with having too many deer that are damaging crops. So we had this deer come in, and it came in really early, like way before the sun even started going down. We really weren't expecting anything that early, and it was past our windows basically before we had time to get the camera and crossbow ready. So it was off to our right, pretty sharp, and I had to get the camera set up, and I had to like lean out the window. I had to shoot left-handed. It's not a good idea to do that, but I did actually hit this deer where I was aiming. And in a second, we'll take a look at the deer, where its leg was, where its leg bones under its fur were at. So the bone from like its chest going up to about the middle of its ribs, and then the triangle shaped shoulder bone as it comes up from the middle of the ribs and gets wider. We're going to take a look at all that. Take a look at where I was aiming. The position of this deer's leg was my ultimate mistake. Its leg wasn't forward. I didn't wait for the leg to be forward. But with where the deer's leg was at, above its leg, I had that triangle of area that I could have shot right through both lungs, no problem. And I was using a SWAT 4-bladed broadhead, so that thing would have been toast quickly. So let's go ahead and take a look at the deer. Let's take a look at the picture of where the bones are at under the fur, and then we'll go from there with the shot, the slow motion, what happened after the shot, and what we can learn. All right, this is the deer right before the shot. This was 25 yards. Shooting with my Raven crossbow, it's shooting about 417 feet per second. I do make Raven accessories at backyardbroadheads.com. So with the distance of 25 yards, the deer ducking the string or the sound of the arrow wasn't going to be an issue. Its right front leg, I mean, you could call that straight down. Maybe you could call it forward a little bit. I guess I don't really think you would call it back. And I thought the deer was 100% broadside. Maybe it was quartered towards me slightly because all we saw on the arrow was a little bit of green. So definitely exited gut. To me, if I did get one lung on the entrance, the reaction of this deer would have been much different. You will see a partial mule kick from this deer. So it jumps up, but it doesn't kick out its back leg. So not what you want to see. All right, now we are going to take a look at the location of the bones under the fur, my aim point, and where I should have been aiming. All right, so at the bottom of the white bones, bottom left, there's that little piece that sticks up. Then the leg bone comes up to the body, and then it shoots off to the right, up to about the middle of the rib cage, and then you have your triangle-shaped shoulder bone. So the red dot is representing where I aimed, and from the best that I can tell in the video, that is where I hit the deer. It seems like we're about half a frame off to tell exactly where I hit it, but I think that's where I hit it. And if I would have been aiming above the leg in the green triangle on the green dot, then we would have had a quickly dead deer, but instead we had this. Is he in the camera?
Yes. Go ahead. Definitely did.
All right, so that's what happened with the initial shot. The deer went out to the left. It did stay in the field. It laid down for a little bit, got up for a second, laid back down again. We had about a 60-yard shot. We decided to shoot again. I did hit the deer, and I hit about the elevation I was aiming for, but it hit left of the spine. I was aiming right of the spine. It skipped off the deer, spooked the deer. When we went to look for it, we spooked it again, and you know how that goes. It ends up going to the next county. We did not recover the deer, but let's take a look at the initial thumbnail that had the graph on it where you pick where to aim, where I did aim, and where I should have aimed. All right, so where I would say I was aiming is basically the line that's between C and D. So if you follow that line up and then go up to about 4, that's about where I was aiming. Now, where I should have been aiming, instead of going up from the back of the leg, you want to go up from the middle of the leg. So the line that's between D and E, follow that up to 4. That's going to get you about in the middle of the ribs, and that's going to get you a double lung hit and a quick kill with any reasonable broadhead. And probably even if you had a field tip on there, you're going to get a pretty quick kill, good blood trail. So next time you're looking at a deer like this, go straight up from the middle of its leg, wait till it's broadside or quartering away slightly, straight up from the middle of its leg, and then up to the middle of the rib cage. Now, if you're in a tree and you know that you can have access to where you can shoot the lungs and the heart, at least one lung in the heart or both lungs in the heart, that's going to be probably a different aiming point. But broadside, this deer, we were up from it a little bit, but not a whole lot. Straight up the middle of the leg to the middle of the rib cage. Aim small, miss small. Backyardbroadheads.com for Raven crossbow accessories.